Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Tuesday evening. It has been a slightly cooler day, which has been lovely, and completely changed my plans for food. So, as you know, if you saw the shopping video, I was all ready for quiche and potato salad and stuff like that. Now, I hadn't made any of it because Kathleen made macaroni cheese on Sunday. So that's what I've had for lunch the last couple of days. So my plan was that tonight I would come back, put the baby potatoes on to boil, make some potato salad, and probably, because I couldn't be bothered making a quiche, probably do an omelette. Good plan to me, it sounded. But then I boiled up the potatoes. And as you saw, the little baby new potatoes. And some of them exploded in the pot. And when I drained them, I was like, oh, they smell nice. A bit of butter, nom. And then I started ransacking the freezer. And sure enough, I found some cooked mince ready to go. So that got stuck in the microwave. And I went back to the freezer and I found some peas. And so this evening I had mince and baby new potatoes with lashings of butter and peas for my dinner, which was nothing like what I had on my meal plan. And I don't care, because that's the whole reason that I pre-prepare and freeze different meals. One day I might fancy pasta. That thought had gone through my head today, but it just wasn't what I was feeling. And normally my pre-prepped freezer meals are bolognese sauce, cooked mince, beef stew or curry. A very mild curry, I might add, much to Kathleen's horror. But that's my basics. And it actually works out very well for me because, as you've heard this evening, it's a bit cooler. I boiled up some potatoes and I was like, oh yeah, eggs is not what I'm after. I want proper comfort food. For no other reason than the temperature dropped maybe a couple of degrees. So yeah, and I thought in one way, I was like, for goodness sake, Karen, you got this supermarket shop, you had your meals planned out pretty much to a T, and you've just gone off piste. And I don't care. Because as I say, that's the whole point. Those days when I take the raw meat out the freezer and I have the 3 slow cookers going and I have the cooker going, and I stockpile a whole lot of frozen ready meals, homemade ready meals. This is the kind of day that they are absolutely for. And I like that. I like having that option. Don't get me wrong, I don't always have the option because sometimes I want what I don't have arranged. But today, this evening, that was absolutely what I wanted at the time, and I loved it. And in general, I find that making these freezer meals saves me money in the long run, because obviously it's cheaper doing it yourself and it's healthier doing it yourself. I mean, I have over the last few months dropped 2 stone, I think, and feel quite a bit healthier in myself. So that has made a difference with us eating healthier, because we don't have nearly as much processed food as I used to do, as someone will no doubt put in the comments. Noodles. Yeah, I know, we did a lot of super noodles. We don't do them anymore. I bought some dried noodles 2 weeks ago. Haven't used them yet, but they're for like a stir-fry noodle thing, or maybe I'll put noodles in a jar or something. But we don't use the processed super noodles or instant noodles anymore. And we used to use a lot of them. I don't buy the chicken Kievs that I used to buy. I even breaded my own fish from the fish van. So it has made a difference, and I find that much as I personally have said, and I will admit it here, I have said that, the processed food is much cheaper to buy. And people it's not, and no, it's not. But my feeling before was you have to be organised. You have to be able to bulk cook. You have to be able to spend your time properly. So that has definitely made a difference, having that there. But because I haven't used much of the freezer food in the last few weeks, just because it's been so hot, and all my freezer food obviously is cozy stuff, it's not something we've used as much, but it definitely makes a difference. And I'm just trying to think, I was doing something tonight, and I was thinking about, you should do this. And I thought, whatever it was I had thought about making, I was like, that is not cost effective to do it one at a time. So whether that was making the quiche or doing it was doing the potato salad, that's what it was. So obviously I have the bag of baby potatoes, and I put the whole bag in to boil, because why wouldn't you? We're making potato salad. And I obviously, I've had problems with my hands. So I struggled to drain the big pot of potatoes. And I mean, I managed, but there was some pain there. Wasn't debilitating, well, almost debilitating, but not quite. And I was like, right, okay, we're going to have to watch for this. And I was like, right, okay, so it just means that you need to get a smaller pot and do smaller cookings. And I was like, but how much more is that going to cost me in electricity? If I boil that, that's probably at least 4 portions. So that's me boiling potatoes 4 times instead of once. That's a lot of electricity on a cooker. So all in all, when you get to look at it like that, if you boil up the whole bag of potatoes and you cook the whole pot of mince and then portion it out, you're saving yourself money. And yes, it may seem dead easy to get the minced beef and mashed potatoes microwave meal, which I have to say, the last time I had one, which was quite many, many years ago, it was disgusting. But they don't have the correct flavour, they don't have the correct consistency, and just no. So I have to say, I'm quite pleased we don't do that. We haven't done that for very many years. Microwave meals weren't particularly something that we did. We did do the beef stroganoff one. I'll hold my hands up to that. We did do the beef stroganoff one, and sometimes I did tagliatelle. But mainly our processed food was like pre-coated fish, pre-coated chicken, super noodles, and stuff like that. And we've stopped that now. And I have to say, it's made a huge difference to our budget. It means that we can still do pretty much what we were doing a few years ago, because we've managed to cut the cost. We've cut the costs with the electricity, etc. But we've cut the costs with the food. And that's kept us on an even keel. So yeah, pre-preparing, batch cooking is definitely the way to go, because batch cooking has made a huge difference to us. So yeah, that's my thoughts for the day. I will stop rambling now, I'm sorry. But I just thought you should know, if you can, do some batch cooking, because it's saved us a whole lot of money. It's made us healthier. and it tastes so much better. Catch you later.